And welcome back
Welcome back.
to the Monuments Inn podcast with the boys.
So
How y'all doing?
technically four?
Pretty
Three?
good.
4 3
Four.
3.
2.
1.
We need to rename the first podcast.
Nah.
Oh, you talking about episodes?
Yeah.
This is episode.
Unless-
This is episode 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Because we are gonna delete the previous podcast.
Yeah, we had a mic problem.
We're
gonna delete the
it was
last
it was an
podcast?
off day.
Deleted
It was
the
a whole
fuck out of
day.
that podcast.
We did?
No, we are
No, we
going
are.
to.
Oh. My mom's probably already listened to it.
It doesn't matter. We'll see.
So that's not the point. It was
We're gonna
more
delete
like,
it off the face of the earth.
like the interaction between all of us was
Garbanzo beans after the
just
mics.
so bad. I
Yeah.
don't even know how to say it.
Mike's
So-
plugged in though.
I
It's
keep
plugged in
looking
this
at it.
time.
I'm just
Yes.
It's plugged
double,
in.
triple.
So
quadruple.
anyways.
Can you hear us?
Anyways.
I think they can hear us.
Yeah, they can hear
Like
us.
Blue's Clues.
Anyways, Michael, I want to get right into this. What was you came in here on some hot topics? Let's get right into it.
Mental health.
All right.
Today, this happens every once in a while. I have been diagnosed with depression in the past, so I guess technically I still have it. But I've been pretty solid for a while now, and then today I just felt bad. No reason at all. Great weather, you know.
Yeah.
Got good tips, but I was just not feeling it.
I thought you said tits at first, to be honest with you.
I do though.
Got a good set of tits on me.
That'll always bring it up.
Yeah,
And there
but
wasn't anything that
it's just like
said it all.
I'm 24 now, and I'm just doing something that I could have done when I was 18. You know, I feel like I haven't progressed enough.
right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I understand how those thoughts can come about.
I have a thought, but I don't want to say it.
Oh, say it.
No. It's because the thought includes something I don't want to say.
Okay.
It's not like I feel like there's
I don't
just
know why
a
I said
level to things. But I feel like individuals have a point in time
Wish
where
we could edit. I would edit that out.
they just flow up.
I would say it so I could get off my chest and then edit it out.
You just had to just let it go.
God damn it.
It's the human nature.
What I will say, a spin-off to it is, first of all, I have those days too.
Yeah.
Some days you just,
Yeah.
some days you just wake up and you're just not feeling it. You know, and you're just mentally, you're not there mentally. And I get those same moments. Like I'm 23, about to turn 24. Like I could have been not an idiot when I was 18, 19, popping Xanax, like we were talking about, being a reckless teenager doing stupid things. I could have been doing exactly what I'm doing now, and been 2 times beyond if I started back then.
Yeah.
But this is the way I cope with it. I don't know how you cope with it. But then, like, the day will progress, and I'm not going to give a timeline, but say at the end of the night or the next morning, I'll wake up, kind of reflect on that day, and be like, "That was just a bad day. I was just thinking negative. There's just a little cloud over me. I feel good today."
Yeah.
You know? It's just like, it comes in waves, but it's okay to have it. I think it's a kind of like a reality check / like, hey, you're not as bad as you think you are. Like, you're not, you could be a lot worse. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's for sure. You could definitely.
And that's always what brings me back, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
You're at the fucking crib
Yeah.
working.
Was it anything in particular?
It may have been because the first half of the day, I was feeling great. And then suddenly,
Yeah, we had
like
Chick-fil-A
around
breakfast this morning.
3:34, it's like, oh, not feeling great anymore.
That's when I take a nap. 'Cause I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went home and got some ganja and some shampoo because I hate the shampoo I'm using. I'm not gonna say the company,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I got some healthier shampoo. But anyways,
I know one thing that made me really notice. I was already in my head about it, but then I really felt it. Is this dude that I was delivering pizza to him? The total was rounded up around $23.
yeah,
I saw this dude looking at his wallet for a good 10, 15 seconds, and I could see in his wallet he had a 20 and a 50. That's what he had in his wallet.
mm-hmm.
So he gave me the 50, and then he said, "Keep the change." So that's a $27 tip. I'm like, "Are you serious? Wow, thank you very much. Have a great night." And then I'm pretty sure I didn't smile at all when I said any of that. And I got in my car, and I'm just like, huh, that was $27. I had no real reaction opposed to how I said, "Oh, thank you very much." I said that in an inflective way to tell him that I was very thankful. But I was also getting weird vibes from him. I don't know. But anyways, I was like a robot, you know? Like it didn't matter.
But you recognize.
But then again, it shouldn't matter. But on a good day, if I got that $27, that would make me happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But doesn't it go a certain like? Isn't there something to the fact that you recognize that though? That you recognize you didn't have a reaction to that because of you were having your bad day. Like, doesn't that help you take something forward from your bad day?
That is like the one thing I think I have learned over the past 6 years since I've graduated high school, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
is that I can pick up on my bad moods and fix them pretty fast.
Right.
That's pretty good. That's a good acknowledgement. Though.
But then again, that's when complacency like goes into my head. Like complacency is not that good. It's not a good thing after a while.
What's that mean?
Like like no improvement.
Just
no
being comfortable exactly where you are, not taking any risk.
Oh,
just
plateauing.
Coasting.
Yeah, coasting.
Did I use that word right?
Yeah, plateau. Like flat.
Yeah, plateauing.
I feel I get like that too. Actually.
Yeah.
And
it really
you're saying
bothers me.
Like you're saying that gets in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that too sometimes, but then it's just like I think that's just your brain's natural way. Like, there's no way. Like, the happiest person on earth has to have a sad day.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise they wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
You like just like the self neglect and like the mental manipulation of your own self thinking is like in a weird way a natural habit to keep your brain yin and yang, to keep the good and the bad.
You need a little bit of both.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was gonna say with complacency. Like when it comes to being on that static, that plateau, that line that never moves, wouldn't sometimes, in a way, wouldn't you rather just fucking fail and fall on your face and dip down and at least move somewhere?
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
as opposed to just being that same static level, like those depressions and like the ups and the downs, there's things to learn at the peaks. Yeah. When you're in the middle, it's just kind of dry.
There's lessons at the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What I've just realized, though, while we're having this conversation, is that for the longest time, you know, I was not just coasting. You know, it was just like up, down, up, down, up, down, down. And it was like, but I feel like I was down a lot more.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, where I'm at now is still, that's bad grammar, I think. But never mind. I was trying to say that grammatically correct, but
grammatically correct.
I think it was.
It may have been. Just adds a preposition. You're not supposed to use it.
Where I am today,
but basically,
where I was,
I feel like plateauing and just being up, like just being neutral, has actually been better for me. And I feel like
better than
with this neutral,
and downs.
Yeah. But this neutral though, I feel like I barely dip below, and I get like bumps up, which is better. So it's just like.
Instead of having really
it bumps
low
up,
downs.
but then it just goes back to being complacent as opposed to going into the negatives.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like it goes up, but then it never goes back down.
It almost like it.
And then today, I felt a little bit below the line. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we all have those days.
Yeah. That's a good way to think about it, though. That's a very technical way to think about it.
Yeah.
And that stuff gets very interesting because I feel like that complacent level for you, if you think about it, maybe is like it feels like a flat line. Yeah. But maybe it's a little inverted.
It's going.
So when you're bouncing off that complacency, you're still moving up and improving, right? When you're pulling back. Even when you dip below, this level down here is your complacent level all the way back here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you're still, moving up.
Yeah.
But when you're in the thick of it, it fucking does not feel good.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you gotta dig through the shit to get to the gold.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not a therapist, but I feel like I'm pretty good at self-acknowledging my own problems. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fucking perfect person at all. I've had a lot of problems, but I acknowledge them all. And I feel like the fact that as soon as you walk in the door, I have some shit to talk about in this podcast about mental health. I need to get it out, number one. And you weren't even quiet about trying to like say it. You were just like, hey, about mental health.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. That, number two, that you acknowledged it. I think that's all healthy as fuck. You see it because you actually felt it. And then you say it, you talk about it, you're open about it. And now, like you said, like you guys are, what you said earlier, like you guys are making me feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like, let's start the podcast so I can actually talk about it. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's healthy as fuck.
And it's interesting though, because back then, cause the one thing that really fucks me up and probably is the cause of a lot of my problems is I'm an overthinker. I overthink everything.
Yeah.
And back then, when I would overthink, I would focus on an emotion and then attach something to that emotion and just run with it.
Yeah.
And overthink in my head. But now that I've experienced my brain for 24 years, I'm starting to notice that forget about attaching that emotion to anything. Focus on the emotion first and try to figure out why that emotion came out. And that's how you find the problem. Opposed to immediately just trying to attach it to something that seems like it is
More
like
extraordinary than it
relative
is.
to what,
you try
like
to-
this situation. Try to
yeah.
just like mash it with something.
Yeah.
Let the emotion like exist in you, and then that way it's easier for me to actually. I said you. I hate using the second. I hate using.
You want
second
to
point of view.
face it.
But it's just I want to. If you sit in it longer,
Exactly.
opposed to trying to just put it off on something else, you actually get to understand yourself a little bit better.
Yeah, 100%.
This is what we're
I've
talking
learned
about.
that a little bit. I'm starting to figure that out.
This is what we're talking about with like being an alcoholic, like the whole alcoholic thing, and like saying like you would dive deep in California because you were so just emotionally
I was
like
just fucking upset.
you were trying to hide it, right?
Yeah.
And so what he's saying,
I was trying to run from it.
what he said, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fear, face everything and run, or face everything and rise, and then fear. There's two ways. One's fall, one's rise. All right.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah. But that's good though. That's what I'm like. That's
Yeah.
good. It's not good to drink it. It's good to just sit in it.
I'm just kidding. that was crazy though.
Oh man,
The
that was
timing was wild.
perfect.
But yeah, it's not like it's good to sit there and face it. And bro, whenever I get anxiety attacks, this comes full circle. I have videos saved on my Instagram. Kobe talking about like anxiety and like just waves of emotions. And he said, what I do is I try to understand and get in the moment and realize that these emotions come and go. So whatever I'm feeling, I'm not going to quote it word for word, but that first part I know he said, and this is my own mix of it. It's like, you got to understand, like, these days come because you have so many good days, you know?
Yeah.
Like, in a perfect world, it wouldn't be perfect because perfect wouldn't exist. Everything was black and white. The same. It'd be too good, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
If there was no struggle in this world, we'd all be fucking weirdos. Like, if we got everything we wanted, we'd all be spoiled little weird people.
Our reality would not be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect wouldn't exist in a perfect world.
no. It
'Cause
might be
everything's the same.
horrible.
It's funny though, because one of my bullshit complaints about the way I am is I feel like I had it too easy. It's like,
Absolutely not, bro.
it's
Every
weird.
human struggles in certain ways, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, any way, every human struggles.
yeah,
Even fucking spoiled rich kids. Deep down in them, there's something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's something.
And
if there
they've been
ain't-
through something.
If there ain't, God bless them.
Yeah.
That's just the way it
Dude,
is.
It's hard sometimes too, especially not especially. You got to derive, like when you back into yourself into a cave and you're experiencing that fear. At some point, you're gonna turn around and deal with the fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
And it's easier. Like, it's so hard to explain. When like you want to find something when you're attacking a problem, you want to build that anger up or that strength up from somewhere, right?
Yeah, you want to find a reasoning behind it. Yeah.
And everyone has a reason. It's just
Everyone does.
hard to find.
And
in some
fuck those
situations.
people. Fuck all those people. Fuck all of you who shit on other people's reasons for what they do. Unless, I mean, we're talking coping ways. We're not talking fucking criminal ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like if somebody has
Yeah.
anger issues and they say, my dad yelled at me. And I were to be like, my dad beat the shit out of me. You have no right to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, it's
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
fuck you, bro.
Like,
Like,
you have no right to say that, bro.
everyone has their own level of like problems.
By the way-
like
By the way, my dad did not beat the shit out of me. I love you, Dad. I'm sorry. Just to clarify.
but yeah, everyone has their own. It all comes down to perspective, you know.
Yeah.
Someone's worst day could be so much better than yours, but the fact that that is their worst day, then that
I know what you're trying to say.
yeah, I lost it.
I
it's
lost.
like,
see you
like
lost
you,
it. I knew
you
what you're trying to
stand
say.
in their shoes and you do it.
Yeah,
that same
exactly.
day. It's gonna be fucking different, bro.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to acknowledgement.
And also, no one experiences the same things, and no one are the same person. So if one thing bothers somebody and doesn't bother the other, that's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Oh,
I love picking my nose and eating my boogers, bro. It's just something I'll do for the rest of my
That's
life.
great, and that's terrible.
I heard that it's actually the reason why
It's good for your
you
immune
have
system.
boogers is technically yes, but it's because the boogers catch like viruses and shit.
And then I eat them. And then
Yeah,
I
and then he
force
eats
my
them.
immune system
like
to
a-
fight it.
It's like a vaccine.
But back to mental health. We're talking about
Same thing,
anxiety.
right?
I think anxiety for me is I'm anxious and I'm in a situation and there's only two options that I can do. It's like the first thing when it comes to mind when I think of anxiety is just being in a big room, like in a bar,
Excuse
and
me.
there's just crowded and there are people everywhere. Don't like that.
I hate that.
But there's only ever two options
do
in
I.
that situation. It's leave or get used to it.
Yeah.
But I always try to get used to it without actually thinking about why I would want to leave. And I like sit in there, in that room, and just try to pretend it's okay. And
Do
that's
you-
what
yeah, I was-
anxiety is.
I was
you
gonna
know?
say, do you force
It's just
yourself?
sitting in
Yeah,
an
that's a
uncomfortable
good-
situation with
I like
maybe
that.
not even realizing that you shouldn't even be in that situation. But
I like
if
that.
it
I
comes down to if like you're feeling anxious, think about why you're feeling anxious, and if the only thing that can solve that problem is like leaving, then just leave.
Okay, yeah, I see what. Okay, I understand now. Yeah,
Leave the
exactly.
situation, leave the
yeah.
mindset, you know.
Yeah. And I think I have weird. Like I get anxiety about weird things. Like
That's made a weird noise.
beside like I
Oh,
think
my
we,
stomach.
my eyes.
Dude, real quick though, this mic's picking up my stomach rumbling 100%. It's fucking loud as shit.
That's hot.
I haven't eaten anything since like 10 a.m.
What are you saying?
I get like weird anxiety. Like I get anxiety for like the obvious like crowded bars. Like, that ain't my feng shui.
We
Hell
don't
no.
like bars.
Fuck no.
Bars are garbage.
Yeah.
Nasty. It's
We don't
overpriced.
like bars.
Don't give a fuck. I can play better music. I can hear it more
I
clearly.
mean, I like arcade bars.
I could be safe around safer people.
I have a real conversation.
Sickness wise, I'm not
drunk
talking
and
about
thinking,
criminals. I don't
oh.
give a fuck about criminals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like health wise, way better, right?
Yeah.
I can go buy a 12-pack for 2 drinks at a bar
Yeah.
for the same price as 2 drinks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like not my thing. Anyways, but like I get anxiety. Like I don't know if you could call it anxiety, but I do get anxious in the mornings, waking up for work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know how to describe
I feel
it.
like if you're just, besides like the small few who are lucky to love their job, I feel like everyone
I love my
wakes up
job.
that way.
I love my job.
Yeah.
It's
that's-
the
it's
wave
weird.
of responsibility when you wake up. It's like you gotta
Yeah.
like.
I think it's when I'm
okay,
not fully
hold on.
aware though.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm fully awake when it happens. That's why I can't really call it anxiousness. Or, is that a word?
Anxiety.
Is that a word? Anxiousness?
No. Well,
Should be a word.
Maybe.
It's definitely.
no. Because it's just
It's
anxiety.
just anxiety.
You can just use anxiety in any of those
English
circumstances.
language is fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
Morale. What the hell is that? Morale and then moral.
Yeah.
What
that
is the
wild,
difference
bro.
between the two? I'm looking up the definition.
Well,
Well, moral-
I schooled him on spelling.
Well, I just didn't know
yeah.
how they were spelled.
You're talking
It's
to spelling
spelled
bee
stupid.
champion right here. So you want to talk about spelling? I'll spell the shit out of a word. I promise you.
champion?
Yeah, runner up.
Well, what was that, 4th grade?
4th grade. I
I remember
misspelled-
that.
dude,
Didn't even get to the fun. Didn't even get to the better part. I got like 5th, but there's like only 4 positions.
I'm such a good speller, but I get anxious whenever somebody calls me out on it. So like 6th grade, 6th grade, I was in Miss Poliscus' class, and there was a spelling bee like in the class to advance. If you were the winner of the class, you advance somewhere else.
Yeah.
I had to spell ache, A-C-H-E.
Yeah.
I panicked and said A-C-K.
Ah.
Everyone
It's
laughed.
brutal.
Everyone laughed at me.
Bro, I was on the stage in my 4th grade one. It was the championship word. I would
Got
have
it.
moved on to regionals. I would have moved on
I feel like I was in
to
that
the next level.
because we did all go to the same elementary school. by
We
the way.
did. We did. And I was there. I beat the fucking class, Breeze. Smoked through everyone. It was me and him. I spell this word right
Who?
as a 4th grader.
Yeah, who was it?
It was. We played basketball with his older brother. I don't remember his name though. Mixed kid.
We looked at each other at the same time. That was crazy.
With all the homies we played basketball with that were way older than us.
we can always
Caleb something. was the kid's name.
Oh.
His older brother.
Don't say
played
last name. Don't say last name. Yeah,
I know
Michaela.
exactly. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly.
I know what you're talking
He
about.
was in 5th grade against me. I was in 4th grade. I was kicking his ass. No.
Yes. No. The older brother of him.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
no. You might be right because I
Yeah,
was thinking about
fucker.
but there's another one in our
There's
neighborhood.
2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
The street name.
That's so it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the
Wait,
that's
wait,
the white
wait,
one.
wait.
That's the white one.
yeah.
The street name?
Last name is obviously.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're thinking about the same person.
Wait, so it's not the street name?
No, not the street name. Not the street name.
I don't remember the other
He
name.
don't know the other person. But he does know the other person.
I just...
I think
He knows the older brother. He don't know the younger one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
the older brother.
Because the younger one's friends with Noah.
Yeah. We're talking about the same person.
Yeah.
You know exactly what we're talking about too.
Figure it out later.
Oh yeah, we're just jumping.
Yeah.
straight.
Anyways, yeah.
He was in 5th grade. I was in 4th grade. We rolled through everybody, and
I
had
remember
the
this now.
championship fucking word on stage.
I remember this.
It was tattle. I spelled it
Hey.
Tatle.
You ain't no snitch.
That's right.
Wait.
That's how I spelled it. It's
One T?
Yeah, 1 T.
Oh, I was like, you just spelled it correctly. What are you
My
talking about?
parent, I saw my parents. They were like, my parents were holding their hands.
Drop
and their
their
heads
heads?
were down, and they were like, "Oh, he's got it. He's got it." Everyone, the whole 4th grade class was there. That when the lady,
I was there.
the lady spelled out tattle.
remember.
Everyone was like, "Oh yes, he's got it." And it was tattle. I spelled it wrong.
We all were wrong.
Everyone's faces were just. This motherfucker. We actually went back and forth the next few rounds. I don't remember the rest of it because I zoned out and I got really anxious.
Because your
and shit on
confidence
stage.
shut down after
And I lost, yeah.
Isn't it funny? That's probably... You'd say that's one of your core memories, right?
I'll never forget that.
Isn't that crazy? That's one of your core memories, and I was there to experience it, and I
You
don't
don't
even
remember
it.
it? You don't even recall it.
No.
That's wild.
I remember
singing
the
it.
spelling bee,
Same.
like the prelims,
Same.
like we're in the classroom.
Same.
Because we were all standing up, and if you got it wrong, you'd sit down.
Yeah.
And we're all just stand by our desks.
Yeah.
I remember that. I don't remember the finale.
It's
but-
because that defines my fucking life.
But the
So
reason why
many
we brought this
situations.
up, though, sorry, moral and morale.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
So, the adjective moral relates to what is considered to be like right and wrong, good and evil, you know?
Like
Moral.
good conscience or bad
Yeah,
conscience.
exactly. Whereas morale refers to a mental or emotional state.
Okay. So you
So
have,
morale
you have a
is
good
about
morale
just
state.
emotions, whereas moral
It's
is
conscience.
about the fight between good and evil.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
right. Well, it's like
But they kind of mean the same thing.
Yeah.
they can kind
same
of go
ballpark.
hand in hand because if you're fighting in a war and you're fighting for the good, but
Yeah.
you feel like you're losing and you're down, you need something to raise
Get
your
up.
morale.
Yeah.
because you're fighting for a
exactly.
good moral cause. You know.
Yeah.
Damn. Way to turn that around.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
like it's this way you can split it.
Solid. And going back to spelling, we did the Wordle. It's for today, but we did it like at 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I told him,
Some
I said,
stuff.
don't say aglet or fucks. I said, put scout in there. Cow.
Holy shit!
Cow. I was right
by one
off
letter.
one letter.
Snout.
Yeah,
And
what
then
a
it took
word.
y'all like 3 more times to get this snout.
I got all
This
4
always
letters.
happens to me.
Crazy.
On a random whim of just me saying, Micah, don't put aglet this time. Put scout. Because I saw it in a TikTok.
And for once, I'm like, fuck it. I'll listen to
Yeah,
him.
you
'Cause he says it
agreed
every
that
time.
time.
He says it every
It
time.
fucking pulled off.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, just go back into spelling. I thought that was pretty
So many
Yeah,
times
you're right there.
I'm off by one letter. I do like 4 words with
Yeah.
just one letter difference, and then a lot of times I just don't get it.
I think it's
It's so
because
frustrating.
you get caught on the sounding of the word. Like I seen one person, the word was watch, but he kept putting like patch, like like words that sound like atch.
Because he wouldn't think it would be
Oh,
ah.
Yeah,
yeah,
because he got the
definitely.
like he couldn't
That's why
think of the
English is
W.
stupid. That's
Yeah.
why English is stupid.
It's a mental
Because
thing.
when he got it, he was like, "What the hell is a wetch?"
yeah,
And then
brain
and then he
stuck.
like sat there for like 3 seconds, just quiet, and then he goes, "A watch, I
Dude,
was like,
Wordle breaks your brain.
Yeah,
It's
breaks it.
harder.
It's like I think it's like Family Feud. Like the questions they ask, if you had more than whatever the amount of time, like the fast money rounds, if you had more than like 30 seconds to answer 5 questions, you could ring off answers.
Especially if no one's watching, you no pressure.
Yeah, but put a camera in somebody's face. What's name a color? Lion.
Yeah.
You're like,
You fuck
what?
up.
You fucking idiot. But it's like, no, camera's a little different right there, buddy.
Man. I zoned out, came back in that conversation halfway through, and just heard you say
Lion.
I'm like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, dude. What a crazy week, though.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
Have you had other... What were you about?
I do have something else to talk about.
Yeah.
This is like a week or two ago, because we haven't done the podcast. So we just missed it, because the schedule didn't work out. Fuck you. We missed it.
Cal was in Boston.
Yeah.
So...
No, he was at the beach, right?
Well, y'all just fucking roll with something one time.
Oh.
I mean, we got merch
Yeah.
on right now. Come on.
Yeah.
Roll with it next time.
I was at a beach in Boston.
Okay, well, that just sounds obnoxiously
I'm
stupid.
and I'll join your side, and boom, you're on the other
Why'd you
side.
bring up
just like
Boston?
that. So,
Chatting shit.
I was
Okay.
not here.
Yeah,
to
he
miss the
I didn't want to
podcast.
give his location away.
Yeah,
The beach.
in Boston.
There's an entire coast at the beach.
You know what? Honestly,
may be
I'm
more
gonna say
specific
something.
and
I'm gonna step out right now and
Oh.
just I bet you Boston has pretty shitty beaches.
Anyways, continue.
I'm gonna get some
A week or
backlash
two
for that,
ago.
like 3 years from now, and it's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be so nice.
I was one turn away from basically getting on the highway, but there's a red light. And there's a lane that goes straight across the intersection and goes onto the highway, and then there's another way you can just take a right onto a street before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then lane next to it is just straight. You just go straight across.
Are you talking about Monument? Where you get on
Yeah, on Monument. Yeah, exactly. So right there's this taxi. It was a van. And it wasn't yellow. It was like maroon or something.
I don't see shit.
And he was in the middle of... He was like right over the line, so I couldn't get around him to just say, I know this light's red, so I'm going to take a right and just don't go on the highway, because you can still get here pretty fast if you don't go on the highway. But he was blocking it, so I couldn't do anything. And he wasn't taking a right. So it goes straight on the highway. Kind of it takes forever to accelerate. And then he starts going to like 55. And then he gets over to the left lane.
So you got on the highway?
Yeah, I ended up getting on the highway because I couldn't take it right. And I'm like, I might as well take the highway now because it's a little bit faster.
Yeah, okay.
It's like 30 seconds faster.
Yeah.
It's
Because, I mean, if you could have took the right turn on red, you would.
Yeah, because I'm not going to
yeah,
wait for... The whole point is I don't want to have to wait for a
Wait for
single
the
light.
Yeah.
I don't care which way it's
Okay.
supposed to go.
But
So then, we get on the highway. I don't need to change lanes because my exit is the next exit.
I know.
So I get on the highway, get off, hop off real quick. So this van, he gets over like halfway through. A taxi, by the way. Let me specify it's a taxi, so a fucking taxi should be able to drive. Gets over going 55. I start to speed up a little bit, and then I'm like, oh, my exit's right here, so I start slowing down. And then he gets like in front of me a little bit, and then he just starts getting into my lane. He signals though, but then he's just I'm like kind of in his blind spot, and then he just almost hits me. I had to slam on my brakes a little bit.
Damn.
Didn't honk because I was watching him. He was doing weird shit. I'm like, he definitely wants to come back in.
Didn't honk.
Yeah. Oh, because I honk later.
So there's more.
There's
Oh,
more.
okay.
There's
okay.
many layers. This is actually a good story, opposed
All
to
right.
just a one-off, and that was it. So after you get to this exit,
Yeah.
you can go either right or left.
Mhm.
This dude had his right turn signal on from getting over into the lane still. He just hadn't turned it off. So I'm like, okay, he's going to go right. He slows down a lot. Almost, I wouldn't say almost stops, but he goes pretty slow, just going in the middle, and then he just goes left. And I'm back away from him because I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, so I just let him do shit. So then he eventually goes left with his right turn signal on. And then we're pulling up
never
to
let
a
him know
light.
your next move.
Now, this light is garbage because there's no room to do anything.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a double left turn lane and then another 2 lanes. There's a lane that goes straight. And then there's a double turn lane.
Yeah.
And you have to turn. You have to turn. And basically, this van was in the straight lane behind a car. And then as I'm going around him, I'm like, this dude's going to get... Oh, no. Start over. Sorry. Everything I said was right, but he was in the left turn lane that could also go straight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I know. The light.
So let me start over. Left turn lane, straight left, straight.
And left. What?
I said it right. You can go straight, you can go there's a left turn lane, then you can only go left.
What light is it, Micah? We know where the
I
light
don't.
is.
It's Cary Street
You
and
just got
the
off,
exit.
You got the Cary Street exit. You pass the roundabout. There's a left turn, and a left, and a straight, and then a right turn.
Yeah. but it's a left,
Yeah.
a straight left,
Yep.
a straight, and then a right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
So
four
this
lanes.
guy was in the straight left turn
Okay.
behind a car.
Uh-huh.
And then as I'm going around him to get into my lane, he just
Yeah.
cuts me off. I slam my brakes. Now I honk my horn. And since I've been seeing him driving like this, I yell. I'm pretty sure I put down my window. I'm like, "You're a taxi. Why the fuck are you driving this bad?"
You cussed at him?
Oh yeah, I said something like that. I get angry because it's a taxi.
You should know
I
how to
drive it as a profession.
Yeah.
I don't fucking drive like an idiot. You can't do that.
Facts.
And then so he gets in front of me in the left turn lane, and then the light eventually turns green. This dude just goes straight. The other dude honks at him. He kind of swerves a little bit, and then at this point, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna do something reckless. I could have caused an accident. I'm glad.
10 miles over the speed limit or something. Huh?
No,
Nope,
instead of
that's
just
too
taking a
far.
left and leaving, I
5
pulled
miles.
up next to his car really close. Enough to maybe get close to his window, rolled down my window. I'm like, get off the fucking road. You shouldn't be driving.
God damn, Micah.
You told him to stop driving.
Yeah.
Permanently. How
Just
dare
right
you?
now. He may have been tired. I don't know. But I'm like, you need to get off the road. You
so
can't fucking drive. I
You're
said
so
something like that.
considerate.
By
though.
the way, I didn't see what this guy looked like. Or a woman. I couldn't tell you.
Some people just
Couldn't
can't
tell you
fucking
if there's
drive.
anyone in the car either.
You know what? You shouldn't let him fuck you like that, though.
Absolutely.
I mean,
not.
like,
But
20
as I-
minutes before, you gun it past
Yeah,
that
but-
motherfucker, bro.
But
He's
as
slutting you out.
I
I think
pulled up next to him, another car saw what I was doing and decided I'm just gonna go and do my own thing, not stop or anything. Which fair enough. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm
Yeah,
out
I drive
here.
right past you.
I'm out of here."
Yeah.
But he was in the straight left turn lane, and I was kind of blocking it, so he moved back into that lane. And then as I was trying to get out, I noticed he was doing it. I'm like, "Oh, don't want to hit you," and then I drove home.
Nice.
And parked.
Nice. Hey, well, you made it
Fuck
home
that
safe.
taxi. If you're a taxi, you
Fuck
should
the
know how to
taxi,
drive.
and you made
Yeah,
it
you
home
should.
safe.
This
You gotta
dude,
step on
he's
it,
a
bro.
and another thing is a taxi. They should know where they're going. This guy didn't know where the fuck he was going the entire
Good
time.
point. Good point.
He did 4 wrong things.
Yeah.
In a matter of like 2 minutes.
Dude, I was driving. Speaking of wrong things, in
4
a matter
strikes,
of short
it's a
amount
ball.
of time. This is
That's not how that.
bro. I was doing the night shift, right? In the
At the museum, of course.
facial and like oral surgery place. It's like right past Richmond International Airport, right?
Yeah.
So I just went all the way through. I just went straight down Cary Street all the way to Williamsburg Road and went right up to it. So I'm going through
That'd take a-
Sandston,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's probably 4:50. I got to be there 5:30, but I like to get there at 5 early. So it's probably 4:50. I'm like 8 minutes away. I'm going through the middle of Sandston. I see 6 people pulled over by cops
Damn.
within a span of a quarter mile.
Bro, that's where they get you.
And I see 3 more cop cars within another 100 feet after
Jesus.
that. And I'm like, I swear to God, if I get pulled over in this van, I'm going to be fucking enraged. Because, I mean, I got a taillight out.
Yeah.
So I was like, if these motherfuckers pull me over right now and I don't get there at 5 and it inconveniences me that much, I'm going to be in serious fucking pissed off.
Question: is your tail light? Did you brake or have your lights on at all?
Yeah, the cop was staring at me when I was at a red light.
Oh, okay.
And I was just
so
looking. I
you
was
could
looking
tell
back.
that it was out.
You're sitting.
Is what
Bro,
I'm
he's
saying.
looking dead at it.
Got
and I
it.
was like, if he,
Motherfucker
whoop.
finding an excuse.
I said, and I mean, I got weed in that vision. I'm smoking shit. I got a paraphernalia. So I'm like, if this just makes my day harder for no reason, I'm gonna be
Real
fucking
quick, what time are we at right now?
Half past.
I know this sounds
Quarter
stupid,
till.
but
No,
I'm
like
just
how much are
letting
we
y'all know.
recording for?
30 minutes.
Okay. Around the 30-minute mark? 33? Okay. Continue. Sorry.
3-3. Anyways, that's all I had. But yeah,
And they didn't pull you over for anything?
no, I didn't get pulled over. No,
That's why I got my
Then again-
marijuana charge.
you smoke weed?
Taillight.
I didn't know you smoke.
Yeah,
Well,
but then again,
I got
you were in
marijuana.
Henrico. They're different in Richmond.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna take us out and just shoot us while we were fucking there. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was because I had a tail light out though. That's why I was technically pulled over.
That's funny.
It's fucking Henrico.
One of the drivers at the pizza place I work at, I probably noticed and that's bad
You're a
grammar,
foul
but I'm not going to
person.
fix it. But I've noticed like he had a brake light out and he had like a tail light out twice. I kept on noticing shit wrong with this car and I know immediately. And he's a handyman. He just goes up and fixes it. Like takes the plating off, like screws it in differently. Yeah, cool. That's crazy. He could have gotten pulled over twice, and that would have really ruined his night.
Some cops are hoes. I'll tell you that much.
I'm not gonna say this dude's name because he probably doesn't want me to say it. But this dude, he's been through some shit, but he just keeps on going.
No, I was gonna say
he's been through so many different cars recently, unfortunately. But continue.
I want to know who.
No.
Yeah, you gotta say the name.
No, you
don't know him.
We'll fight him on the podcast.
No.
Do you go to Freeman?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He's older than us.
Oh yeah. Sure. All right. Anyways, the reason when I texted you, that's when I went back to my crib and I was in I was in it, and I was gonna drive by and be like, check it out.
Oh.
I drove by. There's a point to why I'm telling this. I drove by, obviously. Didn't respond, so I was like, fuck it. So I took the left turn past his crib, right? And you know what I noticed? I look at the other crib, the older guy we know, same neighborhood, I'd say, I saw Chess's crib. You know what I noticed? Same fucking thing in the driveway.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, it's my guy.
Yes, sir.
It's my guy.
Delivered to him.
I feel good.
3 or 4 times.
I feel good about it.
Everybody hopping on the wave, you know
Bro,
what I'm talking about?
Down to the color, down to the decals on the side.
Yeah.
The same, same package inside and same package outside.
You gotta be careful here because I might just spill the beans.
Well, doesn't matter.
It is the same.
But we're not gonna. That was what I was getting at. Is I had the same thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's his though.
No, it is.
Well, mine is mine.
I'm pretty sure I've driven it.
No.
You've driven.
No, we're not.
Are we not talking about the same thing?
Nope. He's wait.
Nope.
Well, he said.
Never mind.
When you talking about you pretty sure you driven it, you ain't never driven it.
Got it.
There's no way.
Well, yeah, you can't drive this.
What?
I think.
What is it?
Okay. Anyways, next topic.
Whatever.
What is the next topic?
I don't know. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Bob.
Why?
You were texting me about Bob Lazar.
Oh.
You heard of him?
Sorry,
yeah, I know who Bob Lazar is.
Yeah, some crazy.
Wait, was this recent?
I gotta piss.
It was the old podcast. Go for it. Blaine has seen it, so he knows what we're talking about. I'll keep it on the intro.
That is why you didn't put your mic on. Sit and get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so you can take a fucking piss.
No. It's because I fidget with my hands.
Yes.
I
wanted
to be still. I'm trying to practice being still.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're not. So.
By the way, Cal, I definitely should have sat there.
It wasn't necessary.
What?
It wasn't necessary.
But I should have probably sat there. Because the same thing that's always the problem is that you always look at us, so the camera's just seeing this out of your face.
Yeah, I look at the camera sometimes when I'm trying to be really specific.
Yeah.
And then the last time I did it, when I insulted the Boston Beaches, I felt really weird after that. And so now I don't want to look at
I think
the
it was
camera.
kind of funny.
I thought it was great, but nobody supported that effort. Y'all could have been like, fuck you, Cal, for saying that about Boston Beaches, but
I don't know.
y'all were just like,
yeah,
this fucking loser right there, fuck this guy.
I just didn't know what to say.
Yeah, because it's true, right?
I've been to Boston.
I've never been to Boston. Yeah, I think we
it's actually...
be going.
I don't want to be an idiot or anything, but is Boston on the coast? Because if it's not, I can't have beaches.
Oh, that might have been the stupidest thing I've ever said. Then.
That's what I looked at you weird when you said that.
Why didn't you say? You just made me feel.
It is.
It
is.
Wait, what are you talking about? There's beaches in Boston?
Oh man.
It's near the coast.
It's a coast. It's literally.
It's near a lake. That's not a coast.
No, it's not a lake.
Boston? Oh wait, yeah.
It's a Massachusetts Bay. It's the bay.
Dude, that would have been the dumbest thing I've ever done.
I'm thinking Boston is in Pennsylvania. I don't know why.
I looked in the camera and goes, Boston has shit.
By the way, I think I have been to Boston.
Boston.
When I was younger, I've been to Boston. Because my cousins used to live up there.
Oh, are the beaches?
Probably didn't go. By the way, a beach doesn't have to be on an ocean. You can have a beach on a lake.
I know that. Yeah, I mean, there's a beach we go to on my lake house.
But the beaches we're talking about.
But that's
classified.
I consider a real beach on the ocean.
Yeah, so do I. It's classified by the government differently.
Oh. That makes sense.
It's my job, actually.
That makes sense.
There are different classes for beaches, and lakes are barren, no vegetation, and beaches are their own class. That is not the same smooth whiskey, my friend. Just letting you know. It's not whiskey at all.
Is that was the EW or no? Yeah.
What? That's JB.
Oh, got it. JB. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it.
Dude.
Maybe.
You want a shot?
No. I'm feeling good. I don't want to start feeling bad.
There was something. I think I saved it. I may have saved it. Probably not. My dumbass. Yeah. I don't see it.
Can you talk about it without looking at it?
What's what shit? All right, yeah, this is it.
What's black and white and red all over?
What's
penguin?
Wait, say that again.
Oh,
black and
newspaper.
white.
Why do I always want to say penguin? Oh yeah, sunburn.
Yeah, newspaper.
Penguin.
Sunbird penguin, sunward skunk, a newspaper, whichever one you want.
I
I was going to say
newspaper.
the one y'all didn't say, but we all hit.
What, skin?
No, it's a newspaper. But like you can say a sunburned skunk.
I haven't heard skunk.
No, just sunburned skin. It's
Sunburned
black and white
penguin.
skin, and it's red.
So it's like
No, that doesn't make
it's
sense.
like when I get sunburned.
Anyways,
That's like severe sunburn. He was on fire.
this is I should have played this earlier, is it? Because it goes kind of like this. The question is, what's a quote that permanently changed the way you look at things? I don't remember what it says, but I saved it for a reason, and there's a reason I thought of it right now. So I'm just gonna.
What's a quote?
We're going on a whim here because this could be really corny or not. So, what's a quote that permanently changed the way you look at things?
This isn't the answer, but the first thing I thought of is a quote from a movie from Pulp Fiction. It was, "Trying to forget anything as intriguing as this would be a practice in futility," I think is the line. I could have been a couple words off, but I just really like the line. I'm like, oh, that's a good line. I like this movie.
That's a good quote.
It just made me think, it's like, that made me really like movies.
Say the line again.
Trying to forget anything as intriguing as this would be a practice in futility. I'm pretty sure I got that pretty close.
Let go or be dragged.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Who said that?
Old Zen proverb heard at a meditation class.
Oh, interesting.
Really changed the way I let myself worry about things.
That's nice.
That's pretty solid.
I got the quote wrong, by the way.
What's the quote?
The quote is, "Trying to forget anything as intriguing as this would be an exercise in futility."
Interesting.
Not practice.
Okay. All right.
That pisses me off.
So you just basically plagiarized it.
It's not even
Changed the
particularly
word.
a good
Unbelievable.
line. It's just fun to say.
Really?
It's kind of a good line.
You got any?
Pretty cool.
You got any?
But it's very circumstantial. It doesn't really mean
quotes
anything,
you like to
though.
live by?
This too shall pass. That's it.
Oh, that's good.
It's a Persian adage.
Simple.
Yeah.
I think that's what life is.
This
Simple.
too shall pass.
I think people make life more than what it is. Life is really a simple thing.
Yeah. Something comes and then
And one ear out the other. But
I can't think of any good quotes.
You got to learn to slow life down.
mm-hmm.
Like you got to like when you
I just thought of a funny one.
say it. Jesus.
I'm gonna paraphrase, so it's not technically a quote, but one learns. Shit. Yeah, I don't even know.
That's a good one.
It's something about an animal grabbing someone's balls, and that's how you learn patience or something. I ruined it.
You butchered that one. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
You butchered the balls off that joke.
yeah. It was a joke,
Yeah.
but yeah. Continue with whatever the fuck we're talking about, because
Well, I mean, it's just like do your best and caulk the rest.
unless your best. No, wait,
Hey.
never mind.
Oh, I thought we were gonna start spitting bars. or
Oh
something.
no.
Well, stress is caused by over-stressful people who give stress to underly stressed people.
Energy vampires.
Stress is just one big stress hole. We're all just swimming in stress.
Getting sucked into
Getting
it.
swirled in stress. And you know why? It's because we don't live for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Live for the day.
There was a verse I saw that's kind of along the lines of that. It was basically like it was like, don't worry about the problems of tomorrow because the problems of today are enough trouble. Which is like,
And that's how I learned procrastination.
yeah, well, it's just like, bro, there's shit happening right this second.
Procrastination is a word made up to make you feel guilty about not doing nothing. I don't believe in that bullshit.
But you're not. I mean, procrastinating is just handling things when they come.
Yeah. First of all, if you have the ability to scramble and get everything done in the last minute, you're far better off in life.
Yeah, I got through school that
Your
way,
brain
basically.
activity is way beyond if you can do all
That shit doesn't work in college, though.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, what?
It didn't work for me in college.
But it's like
Then
what
again,
were you just saying? Hold up, I had a thought to what you were saying.
I think I said so. The verse.
I know. Yeah, I saw a quote just like you, like, relating to that quote you just said. Freshman year, English class, English. Jesus, English.
You should do Sean
class.
Connery.
I need to take a
Connery
language
impression.
class.
Linguistics class.
Yeah,
Anyways,
pronunciation.
the quote was, "Today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday."
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
And the fact that one quote stuck out to me
No, I like that, bro.
all through high school and all through the crazy years I had, like,
Yeah.
means a lot.
You remember those things though, because yesterday it's like, oh, I gotta do this, and this. Well,
You were stressed about the shit you had to do the next day.
You're doing it now. You're thinking about tomorrow right
You're already
now.
in it.
What happens when tomorrow comes by? You telling me you're gonna waste more time thinking about the next day, bro? When are you gonna fucking learn? You know, like something you can say to yourself, like,
you know, I think it's really impressive that all three of us can have these conversations and kind of be on the same page or the same outlook of it. Like, we all kind of on a similar or mutual level see the same things in certain ways, whatever topic it is.
We do have a similar perspective.
Perspective, yeah, that's a better word. Yeah, that's what I like, and I think it's healthy that we all acknowledge all of our wrongdoings and our issues, and then we also speak about it openly to each other.
and then like we can give each other, like, if I were to say something like that, y'all are gonna tell me the truth about it, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna sugar. I mean, on this podcast, maybe we'll sugarcoat some things, but as friends, like, you're gonna tell me some real shit about it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the fucking good part. That's the good stuff about it, bro.
Exactly.
I think you really
It's healthy.
solve some problems.
It's really healthy. I think we have a healthy friendship.
Yeah.
Just saying, man. It's pretty
I mean, how many years?
it's pretty unique. It's pretty special, honestly, to have a friendship this long. I'm
Elementary
not gonna lie
school?
to you. Yeah, since what, second grade probably?
Yeah.
I mean, we knew each other in first grade, but second grade is kind of the
18.
age you start to comprehend.
17, 18 years.
Jesus.
God damn,
Almost
bro.
2 decades.
Our
my boy.
relationship
Well,
can
what?
drive.
How old are you in? 6th grade?
You know what I mean?
What, like
You
first
I mean, we
sixth
knew
grade?
it.
How
Y'all
old are
went,
you?
y'all went
Six?
to y'all went to
Six?
kindergarten at Crestview, right?
Yeah, that was
6,
sick.
7? How old were we?
You went to kindergarten at Crestview.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
when we met each other.
Exactly. And I came to Crestview first grade, so we knew each other.
So first grade.
But then second grade is when we kind of like.
So what?
Started
7
hanging
and
out.
8.
Yeah. Third grade, we kicked the door down and started.
Oh,
just
third
going
grade
crazy.
was walls were coming
Yeah.
down.
And second grade.
Second grade was
So
the start.
7, 8, 9. We were 9.
So 15, 16 years.
Well, no, third grade I turned 9. That's when I chopped my thumb
Yeah,
off.
so 8.
Third
Second
grade
grade we were 8.
So 8.
Now I'm going on 24.
Yeah,
So 16 years.
that motherfucking drive.
That's a whole teenager
crazy.
age right there. That's a sophomore right there.
Yeah, junior.
It is
You're me, unfortunately.
Damn. No, actually,
me
same for
too?
me. Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Same.
what do you mean? Oh, but
Nah,
in March though,
You were still
yeah,
sophomore.
Yeah,
We're all
graduating.
2 month difference. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
March to May to July. Nope, never mind. No, wait.
It's okay.
March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get to get that right. Yeah, okay.
I did get to do
You're
that.
right.
Sorry, it was funny.
You're skipping a month each time.
Ah.
Multiplicative of 7. That's a fun word. I don't even know if it's a word. Multiplicative. Multiplicative. Just say it.
There's a movie called Multiplicity that I have yet to see.
Didn't say the word,
Multiplicative.
though.
Multiplicative?
Multiplicative.
Didn't it?
Where he rolls off the
You know,
tongue.
also reminds me of that. There's a Red Hot Chili Peppers song,
Ooh.
and the chorus is "Give it away now," but he says it really fast. He's like, "Give it away, give it away, give it away,
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Yeah, that's fun to say.
Exactly.
Give it away, give it away, give it away. Yeah.
Shit. He probably. Do you ever think of in like rap songs or like rock songs or anything like that, something really catchy? Like I'm talking something that like I can't think of it off the top of my head. A song we all know, something that's popular. It's like, oh, that's fucking smooth. You ever think of when they were in the studio and they made that for the first time and they were probably just like,
Yeah.
that shit is hard.
Like House of the Rising Sun, when they recorded that.
Yeah.
My mother was a tailor.
Yeah.
And you think they were in the studio just
Right.
like, oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Like it's good, bro.
Also, I feel like I hit that note, okay.
Yeah.
For as calm as
Carly
I was.
J. Repson was probably pissing her pants when she made Homie, maybe.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's a
That
hit.
song took over the country and I hated it.
Funny thing is, now she makes decent music. But back then,
how it works.
Sure, I guess. I don't listen
I
to
have
it.
one album of hers that's pretty good.
I did not have a Carly Rae Jepsen album.
That's fair. To be honest, without being sexist or whatever, it's very much a girl's album, if that makes any sense. It feels feminine. I guess it's because it's a female talking about her perspective.
That's fair.
But yeah,
But I mean, some of that shit is good. Like I typically, I haven't listened to the most recent. Where'd you put the jump?
care for when you're walking, Cal.
Around the corner.
I used to really fuck with Taylor Swift. I haven't listened to recent stuff. And
Her
then
fans
Adele,
made me
too,
hate her.
But Adele is a different level.
I never got into Adele.
What?
I guess we're
Never got
talking
into
about
Adele.
female artists now.
You never got into Adele?
No.
What do you mean?
But the reason why I kind of brought that up too is that you ever heard "Halo" by Beyonce?
Yeah.
Give me your halo.
It's one of the greatest songs of all time. You know,
I've only
when
heard the clip of it.
when the drums come in and she stops, she's like doom 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 doom, and it's like
Yeah.
you can feel it in your heart, in your soul. So
I need to add that to my list
I'm
of
not
music
a
to
fan.
download. Beyonce.
unreal
Not a fan
that
of
you don't
Beyonce.
know that song.
No. Care less about Beyonce.
Couldn't.
That actually, you know what?
Or could you?
Since we're on this area,
I said I couldn't care less.
I just didn't hear you.
because
My
that
bad.
shit's crazy. How do you feel about what else happened recently?
Oh, dude. Oh my.
What the fuck
Oh
is-
my fucking god. All right. All right.
What
You know
is
what? No.
your
I want to see. I want to hear y'all's.
I think it went
And then I'm gonna
exactly how
correct
it should have.
Wait, are we talking about the thing?
Yeah, we're talking about Will Smith slapping Chris.
Oh.
Because this is funny when I think about it.
Okay.
The only
I
reason
think-
we should talk about it is because his perspective is different. That's the only
Sure.
reason we should talk about it.
I think first of all, freaking Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, went on this show and said, "I'm not going to give my opinion because I'm so dramatically bored of everyone's opinion about the situation.
Exactly.
It's fucking stupid."
It's just a
That
thing
is-
to get them talking about the Smith family.
Okay, that is the truth right there. Who fucking cares?
Thank you. Stupid even talking about it, but we're gonna say it because that's not my whole opinion.
Okay, I think it went exactly how it probably should have. I mean, somebody overstepped, and then in response, somebody overstepped. Cancels out.
Exactly.
I don't think that's correct.
How?
Dude, exactly. Hold up before you let me say my piece. Because Cal, exactly. Okay,
That's
you
it.
talk about a man's wife, you get slapped.
Too far.
Comedian, rock star, celebrity, athlete, don't give a shit. All these people out here saying Will's a clown for slapping him. It was just a joke. Let them people put in a room with an audience, right? And they have a partner. Let somebody be on a stage and joke about it.
Yeah.
Whatever the joke is, just let it happen.
Yeah.
You telling me you're not gonna do nothing?
Yeah.
Maybe the slap was too far, but he made a joke about it, bro. Fuck you.
Yeah, about a situation that is not. It wasn't just some easy shit. It was almost like making fun of a. I mean, it's a disease,
Thank you.
and that
Okay.
is too far. That is way too far.
Yes.
And that was said. He didn't punch him in the face. He
Yep.
didn't knock him out. He
Exactly.
didn't keep hitting
Slapped
him.
him, walked away.
It's like a slap. It's like, okay, hold on a second.
Yep.
Let me check myself.
Reality check. went
Boom,
back to
boom.
normal.
That's it.
Okay. And first of all, the joke itself, I'm all for jokes. Okay. Chris Rock, the joke really wasn't that offensive.
It wasn't.
Really wasn't that offensive.
And
Anyways.
that's where the problem lies.
Anyways, you made
But
the joke.
you're not Will Smith.
Will Smith has been tormented in the fucking media for every shenanigan that Jada's done.
Non-stop.
But he loves Jada, fam. Regardless of what the fuck you say about her fucking some dude that was her son's best friend, like regardless of that shit, Will loves his wife.
Yeah.
He protected her. Fuck your feelings, bro.
Checked him. And he didn't beat the shit out of him or do anything
And
like
that's what I'm
that.
about to say. Chris Rock handled it like a fucking beautiful man that he is.
I agree with that.
Chris Rock is a gorgeous man. Made a joke. It was funny. I laughed. Will Smith even laughed. Jada was the one that was like,
And that's another thing.
You gonna let this dude do this?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways,
That's
he was
another
like, I
thing.
got slapped. That's it. Didn't press charges. That was it. Consoled after. Chris Rock is the GOAT. I'm sorry. I love Chris Rock today.
Yeah, I love them both the same after
But
the
it's
situation. That is it.
I like
And that
Chris
should be it.
Rock a
That
lot
should be
more
the end.
now.
That should be the end of it.
I was hit and miss with him. One of his biggest movies was Top 5, and I got halfway through it and I turned it off, and I kind of feel bad about it because apparently it's really good. But then again, it's a comedy movie, and comedy movies are very. But my opinion is that even if he probably should have done something, violence is the last resort. And here's another thing: the way society was before the slap is, I mean, it didn't happen every time, but there's a certain sort of protection around a comedian when they're making jokes.
There is.
Especially in a scenario like that. And especially since, I mean, he agreed to say it, but Chris didn't write the joke. You know, a bunch of people wrote it for the Oscars backstage or whatever. And almost every one of these shows is a roast session at some point.
Okay.
It's always
But you're forgetting the fact that this is the real world. Fuck your little TV
It's not the
fucking
real world.
No, yes, it is the real world. Fuck your little
It's
TV
not the
reality.
real
And to
world.
quote Mike Tyson, people forgot and got too comfortable with saying shit and not getting punched in the face for it. Okay?
Now, here's the thing.
And you want to sit there and talk about it wasn't Chris Rock's joke, other people wrote it, then all of them should be deserve to be slapped too. So you're telling me a
I'm
whole
just
line of
stating the
people can
facts.
make a joke about a man's wife who has an actual disease. And that's straight.
That's
Comedian
okay.
or not. If you had a wife and she had a disease and I jokingly said it in front of us three, Cal's parents, your parents, my parents, at a little backyard barbecue, you wouldn't feel offended?
Well, guess what? I would. But here's the difference between those two situations. One is private. The one is in front of millions of people.
And Chris Rock set the joke in front of millions of people, so it's not private no more.
But this perspective that I'm about to say isn't my opinion. This is from a podcast I watch, Sugar Pine 7. One of them had an opinion saying, like, yeah, if someone said that to me, and I was in that situation, like at the Oscars, I would go on stage and yell in his face. That's different than physically harming someone. Because when the
more
physical part
embarrassing for
happens,
you.
technically the police have to do something about it. And the fact that they didn't is straight. I mean, I understand why it didn't happen.
Police have to do something.
But technically, because it was public and it was an assault, the police have to get involved.
Do you see what I mean with this
The
fucking
state.
soft fucking...
I'm stating facts. This is not my opinion. Let
That's
me
why we
finish.
I know,
have
I'm not
mass
arguing you. I'm not arguing you.
incarcerations and
Let me finish this.
I'm not arguing
But
you.
basically, he could have done something like, you know, when he said, keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth. If he went up on stage and yelled that in his face and then walked away, people would have clapped for Will.
No, they wouldn't.
But
No.
I think they would have. And it wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
Okay,
you know?
but just
It'd
like
have
you're
been-
talking about ifs, we can say they wouldn't have. So the argument still is just...
Like, what if everyone
This
just
is
like...
I'm saying someone else's opinion.
I know, yeah. But like...
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, for the most part, it could have. But the whole point is, the fact is, he wanted to defend his wife. I'm all for that.
No.
It's just that if he just would have yelled or even said anything to him, that would have been okay. But the fact is, the first thing he did was straight to violence, straight to slapping him. That's not should have
And the
happened. That's not
perspective-
how it should have gone.
That's your opinion.
That's not how. Yes,
That's your
this
opinion.
part is my opinion.
And
that's
that's
not how
fair.
it should have gone.
But
But
you
in
also
private,
gotta-
you could be a different. Like if it happened in private, sure, slap the shit out of them. There's a certain responsibility when you're a celebrity.
No, there's
in that
not.
scenario.
No,
that's
there
too
is
much.
There
not.
shouldn't be.
That's the
there shouldn't be, but
plasticity
there
of-
is.
There isn't.
But
There is.
There shouldn't be because
if there
there's this...
shouldn't be, then that's how you should approach
Listen, okay. And that's your opinion,
it. You
and
shouldn't
that's
be
fair.
plastic.
But the way
and fake.
celebrities
But-
are in that scenario, it's like they're there to perform.
You have...
That's what the Oscars is.
And Will Smith wasn't performing.
That ain't
Chris
no performance.
Rock was performing
They
with
did
that
not
joke.
want him to do that, most likely, unless it was staged. But I don't know about that.
I
But
think it
another
was,
thing,
I think
though-
it was staged because the Smiths do something every year. And I love Will Smith to death, but the Smiths do something, one fucking thing, every year just to get them circulated and talked about, right?
Yeah.
Just to keep them relative for that year. I think this is one of those things. But you got to put it in perspective. The whole thing with Will last year. Literally, this man cried.
Oh, and Will's been going
on
through some
live
shit.
TV, listening
going
to
through
his
some
wife's
shit.
had an entanglement, and I don't regret it. With a 20-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
Right? It was embarrassed. So you want to sit there and tell me that he wouldn't have been fucking tortured for not doing something and just sitting there saying, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," if he didn't slap him?
Here's the thing. The reason
If
why
he just yelled, he would have been mocked among millions and millions of people and been another meme, and another fucking meme about men's mental health.
But it's still that
He's
way.
still that way.
That's the thing, though.
It's fucking crazy.
I had a point.
It's fucking crazy.
I had a point with what you're saying.
It's fucking ludicrous.
But it's
It's not. He shouldn't. Let me just say this. He probably shouldn't have done it. But I'm not surprised that he did do it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like if it was someone like completely different, I'm like, that was shocking. But the fact we know what he's going through. I mean, and we also don't know what he's going
I
through.
also think,
But what he's been going through has been public enough. It's like, okay, he broke. It makes sense.
I also
It
think
makes sense.
I also think that Chris Rock being who Chris Rock is,
He did a great job.
allowed
He
Will
did a
Smith
fantastic
to
job.
slap him, to have confidence to slap him.
He allowed. Yeah.
If that was Dave Chappelle, because I'm gonna keep it. I'm not. If it was the fucking Rock, obviously Will wouldn't go up there and be like, it'd be different. I mean, I can't. I don't know. It's very
Real quick to lighten up the mood, my mom said, "Good thing this didn't happen after Will Smith filmed Ali, or Chris Rock would be dead."
The mood was not dark though.
Huh?
It was an open-handed slap.
I'm just saying, if you're
Yeah, it was
straight out of a movie where he basically had a box,
That was the difference between violence
that was
or
a
not.
joke.
He
Not,
didn't
no.
punch him. He didn't knock him
It's
out.
a
He wasn't
physical
He
contact
wasn't
in an
trying
aggressive
to hurt
way.
him. He wasn't trying to hurt him.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not. It's like if I said
first
to
of all,
him-
we can't say that.
Let
We
him-
don't know what
let
he's
him
thinking.
finish. Let him finish.
I mean,
Because you
come
don't
on,
know
bro.
if the audience would have clapped for Will if he just went up in his face and screamed.
Yeah.
So let him finish now.
I mean,
But if you slap someone, you are hurting them.
I'm
so
getting
there's
your
intent
attention.
behind that.
I'm
that is
getting your
correct.
attention.
But yelling at someone's face can get their attention. Too.
No.
But some people
Have
won't.
you ever
Especially
seen high school kids being yelled at by teachers?
In this scenario,
And
it would have
comedians-
gotten his attention.
Comedians that make fun of people
That just
they're-
fucking
they're
sit there
known.
and mock people?
Comedians.
Bullies. I'm talking about the Oscars in front of millions of people.
These bullies.
Comedians can be bullies, fam. They get away with it because they're comedians.
We're not
Let
talking
him
about what
finish
we're
is
talking
what I'm
about.
saying.
I'm just saying, but to be fair, like comedians do bully people. That's a whole part of the process. But it's a joke. And
I didn't-
like that's cool.
Yeah, it's
a joke.
That was not even close to being my point. You guys completely
No,
misunderstood.
I'm
me.
not.
He's
I
saying-
just made a point. I did not say that was your point.
He's saying that he slapped him to get his attention.
It's like, hey, check yourself. Bro.
Oh,
yeah.
What is going to check you?
Like,
Sure.
If he
I
was
said-
trying to cause
I don't.
pain,
I'm not.
if he was trying to cause pain, could have been a punch and another punch. He slapped him,
That's violent.
turned around, and went and walked up.
It's even worse that he wasn't trying to hurt him because he did hurt him.
So what do you want
So,
out of
How do
this?
you know he hurt?
I'm
him?
confused as what you're.
It hurts. If you get slapped in the face, it hurts.
I mean, yeah,
Simply.
it's painful, but number one, he could have slapped him a lot harder, and number two, it could have been a closed fist.
I mean,
That's
A
not my
slap
point.
he slapped him to not harm him in the way of where he could fucking just fall out,
it's to get
but
your
it's to be like,
attention.
hey,
So let me break
like I
this
just
down.
said, keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth.
So basically, let me break this down. So if you're saying this is what a person should do, if someone is like, hey, I don't want to hurt this person, but I want to get their attention, and then physically harms them, don't you see the disconnect there?
Do you understand where that originates, though? Is where what I'm saying.
I understand
If,
that.
I,
of course.
if
I
I'm
understand.
trying to wake you up,
If you
I'm
wanted to
not gonna
really
slap
hurt him,
you
you
in
would've
your
punched him.
fucking.
Yeah,
no.
as I say,
if
it's
I'm
different
trying to wake you up
scenarios.
in the morning, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna slap you in your face. But if I had a girlfriend and you made fun of a disease that she had, and I wanted to tell you it's too far, I'm not gonna be like, "That's too far. That's
I'm gonna
way
push-
too
I'm
much."
I'm gonna push you in your chest or slap your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, cut that shit out
yeah,
right
yeah.
now."
100%. And that brings back to being in private and being on a
No,
stage.
it doesn't.
Yes.
It's not private.
There's
and
a
that's where it's
gigantic
not
difference.
private when the person that starts it is in front of an audience.
I think you proved a good point in being in front of
That's
people.
not at all what I was saying.
Okay.
I'm saying if you're alone with like your friends or
okay,
some people.
You're saying if he wasn't alone.
Exactly.
They were in an audience.
That's why
front row, cameras panning on him.
Exactly. That's why you can't compare being in a private situation with what happened.
His situation, bro. He could be at a party.
I'm saying if you were in this exact scenario, I don't know if you would do the same thing Will did. I don't know if you would. I don't think you would have the balls for it. Quite honestly, you have to be a certain type of person to do that. You have to be in the industry. You have to be famous. You have to have a certain charisma.
On the level of going
And
on
also-
stage at the Oscars, yes, I wouldn't. Because I'm not an actor, nor do I have an actress as a wife,
Okay.
nor do I have
Yeah, that
friends
makes
as
sense.
comedians.
This
But
is
at a
getting-
party, I have more than enough balls to fucking murder somebody if they talk
Yeah.
shit to a level of extent to where it enrages me. And I hope
Exactly.
anybody would,
Exactly.
so they don't take that disrespect.
Exactly. I'm just trying to separate.
But it's still not
I'm just
private
trying to
or
bring
public.
out.
It's not private or public. It's public already. Whether you're at a party, at the Oscars, at a swimming
just
pool
know-
on a summer day, at a resort on a fucking winter night, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's out in the open when somebody is physically out loud saying it to my face.
Okay.
It'd be different if in private, hey Cal, can you come talk to me for a second? Your girlfriend is fucking balding. She looks like G.I. Jane too.
I'm knocking.
That's
you out.
just no one would fucking.
What?
do that.
Yeah.
Psychopath
So
would
what
do
are you
that.
saying in a private matter? What is he supposed to pull Chris Rock over to the
When I
side,
say private-
slap him in the face, and be like, "That was not cool."
When
Chris
it
Rock would
comes-
be like, what the fuck? You waited 30 minutes to do that?
Yeah.
I'd be like, get
When
the
I-
fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, what I mean by private and public, I mean not on TV and on TV. That's what I mean. When I mean private and public.
I just don't think there's a distinction, but I get where you're coming from.
I do see not on TV.
See, this is where I don't think this is my opinion. I think this is
It's Jim
fact.
Carrey's.
There
opinion.
is a difference.
First
in
of all,
my
that
opinion.
dumb. That mother-
Jim Carrey said exactly what you're saying, and I don't agree with
I
it.
don't agree with that either.
Many people.
That's
have
kind of where I'm
said-
getting some of my opinion with because I
Ludic-
respect Jim Carrey.
What do you
I
say?
do too. I love Jim Carrey to death.
But the
I
thing
think
is,
he's
He also
wrong.
retired.
I'm also
That's
he's
right,
done
that's right.
after
'Cause he
Sonic
realized
the
what-
Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Come on,
he
that's
no,
so
he
dumb.
realized what he said.
Yeah. But no, that's not why.
I'm just kidding.
But I understand what Jim Carrey. He is coming to his. I'm not saying as. I'm not condemning Will as much as he did. What I'm saying is, he shouldn't have done that. But I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey also said everyone in the Oscars was spineless for standing up and clapping for him,
yeah, when he received it,
and that's where, in my opinion, they're actors. They are there to do a job, and it's to be
well, it's 'cause
happy
they know
someone
how to,
wins.
They know
And-
how to avoid a confrontation
exactly.
because they're
And that's
fucking
where-
fake people.
In my opinion, Will failed as an actor. This is different. This is a completely different argument.
First of all, I'm going to say this.
Slapping
before you
him
finish. I'm gonna
is
say this
failing as an
before you finish.
actor.
I don't agree that Will should have slapped him, but I don't disagree with it.
I understand.
Okay, I want to make that
I
clear.
understand
I don't agree that Will Smith just walked up and slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like that's not cool. But you can't make a joke about his wife either.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Two
why.
sides of
That's
the
why
fence.
when he walked away and Chris Rock said, "Well, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me." Anyways,
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
the show
Yeah.
went on.
Exactly.
Nobody's spineless. The show went on.
And that's where Jim Carrey's different. That's why he's retiring. It's because he realizes he's not as vain as everyone else. In the sense that if I were there, if Jim Carrey were there, he would probably boo him. That's the thing.
No, Jim Carrey would fucking either when
But
everybody
that's
when
why
Will
he's
Smith
not there.
accepted the award.
That's why he's not there,
Will
though.
Smith or Jim Carrey would have stood up with the audience and not clapped, or he would just stayed sitting. But he wouldn't have made no outrage about it.
Besides the point, the reason why I said what I was saying is that if he were there, he would boo. But that's why he's not there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all just
Because
fucking
he
show.
realizes it's
Yeah,
bullshit.
it is.
and that's why I think,
And that's another thing. None of this fucking matters.
exactly. That's why I think it was a
it
whole
doesn't.
big scheme.
I mean,
just
the
to get
entire-
everybody to talk about the Smiths.
The Oscars in
Yeah.
general don't matter. But I mean, in my opinion, violence like that shouldn't be condoned.
No, and
that's
I
just
agree with
strictly
you,
my
right?
opinion.
I know. I agree with you in the sense of it's not okay to just go slap somebody,
Yeah.
but people got too comfortable saying whatever they fucking want, comedian or not. Okay, and just because you think, oh, it's the Oscars,
Oh, and
I'm just
comedians
gonna be-
get
I'm gonna
slapped for a lot less and more all the time.
I'm gonna be
That's another thing.
I'm gonna be funny and make light jokes. Okay, yeah. At the end of the day, it wasn't a light joke to one person because it affected another person from that family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a line that shouldn't have been crossed, and Will Smith shouldn't have got up and slapped him, but he did, and Chris Rock made the joke, and the show went on. So, what are you gonna do?
One of my favorite things that has been pointed out to me is that Chris Rock is like, oh, whoa. He was like, I couldn't say it. And he just stopped. Like, he was about to go in on Will, and he's just like,
yeah, props.
not
That's
going
what
to
I'm.
do it.
That's
Just
what I'm
not
saying.
going to do it.
Props to him for not going even further because
Yeah.
he could have.
He almost did. He got real close.
That's when everybody would have been like, all right, Will Smith, now you can beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, at that point, it would have just been like the entire Oscars are over. They're brawling.
And you
have to
keep the show going. Can't stop it.
There's certain levels to the whole thing.
Yeah, and another thing is,
people
apparently the officers just lied about saying they asked him to leave. They just didn't tell him not to leave. That's where it's all like, oh, this is all fucking fake. It doesn't matter.
Who gives a fuck?
The fact is, they didn't. It matters because they said they did ask him to leave.
They're treating it like he's a terrorist. Like, he just slapped a man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Like, he didn't do anything weird. He just fucking.
I think another
walked up
reason
and slapped him.
why it's a big deal is because technically these people, not technically, they are role models. And because this is just another perspective, it's not really my opinion. This could be someone else's opinion.
That's what they are. A bunch of fucking rapists, child rapists, sex trafficking weirdos.
But anyway,
technically
they are role models. So the reason why people are upset, this is not why they're upset. This is another idea that popped in my head. They could be upset because they're like, oh, I don't want someone like my son loves Will Smith. He's a great actor, but I don't want him going around slapping people, stuff like that.
No, I get it. I mean,
no one's had that argument. I haven't seen that argument anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know where that
because it's not an argument.
I get it in a sense. No, I get it in the sense when you say role models, because I mean, I think that's kind of why I defend Will Smith, because like that's what I grew up watching.
Yeah,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I Am Legend, the fucking
see, if you're a kid, though, like you would probably slap people more now because you're more impressionable as a kid. But since you look up to him so much, he had an impact on you.
I got slapped around a lot as a kid. I don't slap people.
I've
seen a lot of slaps, seen a lot of punches.
I just think it still originates from something. Like as a kid, if somebody's bullying you, sometimes you gotta check them.
Yeah.
And
check them like hockey.
And that's where I guess certain morals and certain perspectives interfere, because you have more of a pacifist point of view, so that's very wrong to you. But then it's like, if motherfucker's playing football or something and Coach Angle slaps you on the head, like, hey, come on, get your shit together. I'm not going to be like, whoa, that is way too far. You cannot be hitting me. It's just like, hey, like,
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me get your attention real quick.
Get back
your
on
mom
your shit.
spanks you or something. Like, slaps you on the leg real quick.
Slap you in the back of
the head. And it all comes back to how we're raised in different philosophies. Like, the way I was raised, it's like violence is just never a good thing. And if that's rubbed off on me, I mean, kind of act that way a little bit.
Violence isn't a good thing, but some people don't have any discipline, and they need to be disciplined.
I feel like,
and another thing is, it's something that is extremely hard for people, I think, in my opinion, nowadays, is that violence, I feel for the most part, is trying to protect pride, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes ego, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just gotta just try not to indulge your ego.
I think violence, like, I agree with that, but I do not agree with your definition of violence. I think that's where it differentiates, because it's like, if I'm going to hit you because I want you to feel pain, that is violence.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you're not going to listen to me, and I have to just but I'm not being violent.
Yeah. But from his perspective,
no,
he just got hit.
I have the same definition of violence as him.
That's different. What I'm trying to say is, there's one party that sees this as not violence, and there's...
Or no, you see that as violence.
I'm trying to not involve us at all in what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to have a blanket statement.
But it's easy, though.
What?
Your definition of violence is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Ours isn't.
That's not at all what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know.
I was trying to simplify.
I'm not trying to... I'm trying to get us out of the equation. I'm trying to make a statement.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
go. But basically, if one party has intention to do something, to like get someone's attention, there's multiple ways. You could yell, do all this stuff, but if the first thing they do is slap them, the person being slapped, the first thing they're thinking is, it's not, you have my attention now. It's like, pain, you just hit me. If that makes any sense.
You get their attention before you feel it.
Yeah, see,
that is true, but there's still pain after.
I disagree with you because if you were to slap me in my face, to be like, hey, I would look at him before I would feel the pain on my face.
Yeah.
But I feel like there would be a similar effect with like a stern shoulder grab. I don't know why I said it like that.
Stern shoulder.
Probably. Yeah, probably. If he
but the fact that he didn't punch him and just slapped him, it's like he could have done worse.
That's the line.
Exactly.
I think.
He wasn't.
I think that
he didn't have a violent intent.
Here's the thing. In my opinion, it's over the line, but there's degrees of over the line.
Yeah.
If you can still cross the line and still not
Well, yeah,
be
your
terrible.
over the line could still
like
be under
he was
my line.
over the line. Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, he was over the line, but not so much where it's just like, why are we still talking about
Exactly.
this? You know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's where it's
It's
like,
like,
why are we
I
talking
cared
about this?
initially, but now I'm just like, nah.
But it's interesting because we all think differently. So that the way that conversation comes about
Yeah.
proves a lot of different like perspectives on the whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's
And the thing is, I didn't grow up, like, I didn't get any fights really growing up. I don't know if you guys got into too many fights or were, I mean, I wasn't harmed purposely by another human being and vice versa for the
Well,
most part. I mean, with my brothers and shit, I kicked them and shit.
Me and my cousin used to fight.
Yeah.
He'd whoop my ass. I'd whoop his ass.
I feel like you and your brother used to fight a lot too.
we did.
Like, I'd fight my brothers, but we just yell and say shit to each other.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
wouldn't actually hit each other because they know if we got physical, I'd kick their ass.
Right.
And that's
Like-
also just to make me feel better
But with
because
me-
intellectually, one of them was somewhat superior at the time.
Who?
Justin. Not
Yeah,
Dylan.
Makes sense.
Not
Yeah.
Dylan.
Makes sense. Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, it was a fight, but there's never violence. Like I've never been intentionally violent towards somebody.
I've not
I've
known my own
fought with
strength
people.
with Jefferson.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done it with my dad. I broke my dad's rib once.
I shattered Jefferson's
Yeah.
collarbone when he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
Did you really? Holy moly.
Damn.
Threw him against the table.
Holy
Ooh.
moly. That hurts.
Yeah, he's 3.
Collarbone. Like,
Yeah.
that hurts.
Yeah, he's 3.
I
I
didn't
don't think
know
he like cracked it.
No, okay.
It
And
shattered
wow.
and exploded.
When he was like 1.5, like 2, like still when he like the size where they could wrap him up, he like slit his lip open.
Ugh.
Oh.
I don't know how, but he did. One time I was watching him, I fell asleep, and I woke up and he was in the shower with my mom's razor, shaving his head. I just don't understand how babies think and find this shit. It really pisses me off because then I get yelled at for not being responsible.
No.
But it's like, how the fuck did the baby have enough fucking sense to go in there and know what that is? God, dude, that kid used to piss me off. He's so stubborn.
He's such a funny dude, too. Whenever he's over and stuff, he's he's just Jefferson.
Oh,
I don't
does he
know.
watch the podcast, by the way?
No, probably not.
Oh, he will one of these
he's
days.
He's too fucking cool to watch
He will.
this shit.
Don't say that.
Dude,
we need cool
I-
people.
He
to watch
posted
this
on
shit.
Instagram, though, and he said his caption was rolling.
Oh, really? I didn't even see
It
that.
was just rolling.
But,
I was like,
Make
oh,
him say
yeah.
something with mine instead now.
But
Oh, yeah.
I picked him up yesterday. He got in the He got in it, and he's like, "Damn, this is crazy." And he goes, trying to take me to get food. You motherfucker! It's like, it wasn't even 10 minutes after that. God damn.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, I didn't even peep you posted about it though.
I used posted on Instagram, but I noticed his caption was rolling. I was like, oh, that's kind of sick.
Speaking of which, sweatshirts. We got these. We
No.
got some
No
black
hoods.
hoodies.
Short
Hopefully have
sleeves,
some
too.
more
I have
coming
a
out.
Attack on Titan shirt on.
Yes, sir. You do.
That's all.
It's like, we have rolling monuments and Attack on Titan's like right here. So it's all good.
Are
Sometimes
you gonna
guys-
get one?
I have one. Right?
On the way, yeah, you can have it.
Yeah.
That was another thing. I didn't mean to order that like without talking to y'all, but the way I go about it is like it's like a business mindset thing that y'all may not agree with, but I want to
I
hear
just
your
seen the
opinion.
email.
Yeah.
I was
But
just
also, like, I ordered all that shit, and then I was like, damn, like, I should at least say, like, hey, y'all want to join the order or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because Emery, so I'm giving it
I
one
do
to Emery.
want one.
I'm giving one, what?
I do want one.
Yeah, I got you one.
Just to have.
That's why I figured. And
Yeah.
I made the logo bigger. So
yeah, I was gonna say.
logos.
I don't think the reason I cared was because number one, I have the original one.
Yeah.
But if it was a different shirt, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I would have bought
Like,
that.
if it was a
I
whole
would've-
new
Oh,
thing, I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
cool.
I wouldn't just do that.
Yeah, I was like,
behind
what
the
the fuck?
scenes. Yeah. But I'm giving one to Emery, giving one to Jordan, and then they have two close friends, and then two close friends. And so at first I was like, I'm not trying to front a bunch of people a bunch of merch, but I'm not gonna front anymore. But touching, like, interacting our merch with people
Having
go-
20 people have it.
that live in Nova and then
Yeah.
here and here and here. It's like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
You know, it's more people interaction.
Exactly.
I'm not fronting anymore after that. 'Cause them bitch were like,
Now motherfuckers gotta pay.
and he started turning it around, but I think it was a good little intro.
Yeah.
And he helped me widen the logo. I was like, all right, I'm gonna widen this. He was like, oh, do a little bit more. He got it centered.
Is there
So
anything on the back? This is
Not
on
in
the
this one. Nothing
No.
on the back of this one.
Okay.
It's just, rolling, hoodless. I think it's more of a West Coast vibe, but coming from a dude who thinks he knows stuff about the West Coast because he lives out there for 6 months, it's kind
even though Rollin works, even though it's technically the old name. I mean, just Rollin in general is pretty okay.
I like the motto.
I mean, that could just be the slogan for
at the end of the day,
for the podcast.
Monuments End is just rolling with it. So.
Yeah.
We just go on as it comes,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so however you call this podcast, just roll with it, Monuments End. Yeah. That's what it is.
Roll with the punches, roll with life, roll with things as they come. I mean, you can get deep with it. You can don't get deep with it, but you're still rolling. You can roll a blunt.
Sure.
You can roll a joint.
I smoked 4 blunts 4 days in a row.
God damn, bro.
I was on one.
And, well, on that note,
I'm going to call it.
I think it's been a great episode.
It has been a great episode.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see y'all hopefully next week.
Peace out.
Deuces.